So continuing with our LeetCode top interview question series, today we'll be solving Excel sheet column number question. So the question is you are given a string column title as an input and you have to identify the corresponding column number into the Excel. For example, A is 1 here, B is given 2, C is 3, Z is 26, A is double A is 27 and AB is 28. So let's see the Excel sheet, sample sheet here. So if you see here, A column is nothing but number one column, B is nothing but column number two, C is column number three, D is column number four. Let's say till we get till let's say Z. So Z is column number 26. Okay. After that, the series start with A. Okay, AA. So if you see AA represent column number 27, AB represent column number 28, AC represent column number 29, and similarly AD will represent column number 30. After AZ, there will be repetition with that there will be column that will start with B, B, A, B, 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 C. Similarly, after that C, A, C, B, C, C. So you have to basically you will be giving this column title and you have to tell what will be the column number of that column title in the Excel sheet. Okay, so question is simple, straightforward. If you see here the example here, column title A represent 1, AB represent 28, and ZY represents 701. So let's see the idea behind the solution, how we are going to approach this solution. So we are given that A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, similarly till Z will be 26. Then we are given that AA represents 27, AB represents 28, let's say AC represents 29, and AD represents 30. Okay. So let's say there is a number given, AD is given. Okay, and we have to identify. So how we are going to identify? So if you see here, AD is nothing but value 30. Okay, so in this type of question, there is no specific logic involved here. I mean, no such algorithmic logic involved. These question are type of a pattern identification question. Okay, so whenever you see such type of question, some values, some base values are given, and then you have to identify for some different value or some higher level value, what will be the output. So just try to see a certain pattern, such type of questions. So let's say for AD it's 30. So how let's see how this number 30 comes. So we know that D is here. If we see D is 4. Okay, so we know that D represents 4, and we have 26 characters. So if we see, let's say, as of now, assume that 26 plus 4, this 26 comes from somewhere and 4 is D. So let's say this number is 30. Similarly, AC, if we see here, we can see, okay, C represents 3 and then 26 and then represents 29. Okay. Similarly, if you see AA, you can say that, okay, A represents 1 and then the 26 characters, so that comes out 27. Okay, so you can see that this column title, you see that it's nothing but a representation where the last character, we take that as the value which is in this series. Okay, and then we somehow add 26 here. Okay, so last character is basically giving input addition of its value, and A is given that there are certain characters and somehow we add the 26 and we are getting this in output here. So if you see how we came across this output. So if you see from A to Z, we have a 26 characters, and after that we came across AA till AZ. Okay, and then let's say it will start with BA till BZ, and then maybe say CA till CZ. Okay. So again here also there will be 26 characters. Again here it will be a 26 characters, and here as well it will be a 26 character. Okay. So whenever we came across this number AA, okay, we know that we are already done with 26 characters. Okay. So 26 are already done, and that this is the 27th one. Okay. So let's say when we say AA, so given that for this last value, uh, we are taking this as a number, so number in the sense like a single digit series. So let's say the last value represent nothing but a single digit series. So its contribution will be the single digit series number here. For example, let's say AD, we see a single digit series, we compare it with a single digit. So D's contribution is 4. For AC, this will be considered as a single digit. Contribution is of 3. AA contribution of 1. Okay. So we know that, let's say we take the last digit, the contribution will be of value 1, value of this something like single digit. Now for this particular value, second value, we need to know if we see this series, okay, this whole series, where exactly this value lies. So for example, we say AA here, right? So we know that 26 number has already been passed. Okay, so we add 26 for this value. Okay, for this value we add 26, and this considering as a single digit series, we add the value or the contribution of it. So that is nothing but 1 here. Okay, or let's say AZ, we see that let's say for AZ, we take Z as a single digit series, so that represents 26. Okay. And as we know that we have already passed for this A, we already passed this single digit series, so 26 we added. Okay. Consider it for B here. Okay. BA, let's say BA is here. We consider this as a single digit series, so its representation will be 1 or contribution will be 1. For B, we know that we have already passed this series as well as this series. So basically 26 plus 26, and this contribution will be 1. Okay. For BZ, given that we have already passed two series, it will be 26 plus 26, and Z contribution will be 6. Okay. So it's nothing but 26 times 2 plus 26. It will be 26 times 2 plus 1. If you see here, it will be 26 times 1 plus 26, and this will be 26 times 1 plus 1. So if you see here, there is a certain pattern. For B, it is 26 is multiplying by 2 times. For C, let's say if you see CA here, CA is nothing but 3 series has been passed, so 26 plus 26 plus 26, and for A contribution is 1. So it's nothing but 26 times 3 plus 1. For CZ, it will be 26 times 3 plus 26. Okay. So if you see here, there is a certain pattern. For C, it is 3 times 26. For B, it is 2 times 26. For A, it is 1 times 26. Okay. So how we came across this number 326 times 6? So what we do is see the number here. So A, it's a B, it's a C. So A represents 1, B represents 2, C represents 3. So we see the position of this number. Okay, we see the position of this number and we multiply that with 26, and the number previous to that represent a single digit series. So just like AD here, if we see 26 plus 4 for AC, 26 plus 3 for A, 26 plus 1. Okay, so that's the idea for the two character series. This thing will change for the three character. Let's say A. Okay, so it's going to change. How it's going to change? In the three digit, this will be considered as a last series. Okay, this will be considered as the last series. So its contribution will be nothing but 1. But for this contribution, we know that two series has already been closed. Okay, so there will be contribution of this number and there will be contribution of this number as well. Okay, so this formula that we have created for 2, we have to somehow create that formula for 3 here as well. Okay, so let's see the formula for 3, how we can came across this formula for 3. So let's see for size 3. Okay. Now we know that for size 2, let's say AA, or let's say CA, or let's say ZY. So we know that it will be like the contribution of this, the number will be it's so 26 into its position 1, and the contribution of this will be like a single series plus 1. For this, it's 26 times the value of C, that's a 3, and the contribution of A here 1. Similarly, for ZY, contribution is 26 times position of Z, it's 26 plus Y is 25. So that comes out 701. Okay. Now for these three values, let's say A. Okay. So for value A, we know that we have passed the singles digit series. Okay. Then we have passed the double digit series. So AZ, then it will be like BA till BZ, then finally ZA till ZZ, and then will comes this part A. Okay. So as we can see that we have passed 26 here, then 26 here, and this 26 is nothing but 26 times till Z. So okay, so 26 here till 26. So that's how we came across for ZY. It is 26 and 26 times plus 25. Now for this value AA, what you do is this is considered as the single digit series. Okay, so for this contribute for its contribution is 1. For this contribution, it is nothing but a double digit, something like double digit. So it's 26 into 1. If it would have been B, it will be 26 into 2. And for this, the contribution will be 26 into 26. Okay, because we know that 26 has been surpassed here. So that's why we added multiplied 26 with 1. But when we came across, when we see for this one, we know that 26 has passed 26 times. So if you see here, 26 has passed 26 times. Okay, so that's why we have multiplied with 26. Here we have multiplied with 1 because 26 series has been passed once. And this is like a single digit series, so we'll just take the value, whatever the value represented in a single digit. So it will be 1 plus 26, and this will be like how much? Um, 676. Okay, so this will give me value 703. Okay, so that's the uh, output for 70703. So now we have seen the pattern here. We have identified the pattern here. Let's try to put that into the code, and let's see the code for that. Okay, so let's see the code. Here's the function. Here's the input, and here's the column. Then we have identified, and we are iterating over the length, and we are calculating the output in this result. For example, let's say it's A and A. So what you do is length is n is equals to 2 here, right? So we are calculating the actual value of this first character, what would be the contribution for this. This we identify the number, and then we are calculating how much contribution with 26 it is going to do. So we are doing plus one here. So plus one is basically for case like this. Let's say D is 4 and A is 1 here. So D minus it becomes 3, but actually it should be 4 here, right? So for handling or for taking into consideration that case, we are adding plus 1 here. Okay, so if you see here after the first iteration, this value becomes A minus is 0 plus 1, so contribution is 1 into math power 26, and n is 2, 2 minus 0 minus 1, so that is 26. Okay, if you see this here, it is 1 into 2 minus 1 minus 1, so that is 0. I mean 0, so 26 is power 0, and so that is contribution is 1. Okay, if we see okay, so if we see a, so the contribution of this will be, for this number initially it will be like 1 into 26 into 26, or let's say it's 26 to the power 2. Okay, plus for this contribution it's 1 into 26 to the power 1, and for this it's 1 into 26 to the power 0. So if you see here, it's nothing but 1 into 26 into 26. This will be 26, and this will be 1. Okay, so as I already told, 26 into 26 plus 26 plus 1, so 3. Okay, so that's what we are doing in the code here. It's straightforward code and nothing fancy here. Okay, so that's all from my side. Do let me know if you want me to solve any particular question. I hope you have followed the full question as well as the solution. Let me know if you have some doubts regarding this question. So that's all from my side. Thanks. Bye bye. Take care.